luck. Welcome District 56 Online Leadership Electives course. We are here to learn about Free Toast Host Level 1. I wanted to share a few protocol and rules. Before we begin, please enable your audio and video during the pre-training. And if you lose your connection, log back in. You will get right in with no problem. And please remember our core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence. And please be kind in the chat room. I'm sure we won't have a problem with that. I would love to introduce our speakers of the day. We have two, not just one, but two today to help us in our Free Toast Host. Zenia Shipp, she is a distinguished Toastmaster. She joined Toastmasters in January of 2014. She is currently pursuing two paths: Team Collaboration and Presentation Master. She attended her first meeting in hopes of getting quick tips that she could use for a keynote speech and was asked to deliver. She became hooked right then and there, right after the process, when she recognized that the Toastmaster education program helps with communication at all levels. She has served the district as Area Director, President Distinguished Area P4, Club Mentor, a member of the 2018 Leadership Committee, and Zenia has also served as a Club President, Secretary, Treasurer, Sergeant at Arms, and Vice President of Public Relations. How lucky are we to have her here tonight? Our second lecturer is Padma Liyanage, and she is EC3 level. She joined Toastmasters in March of 2015 to improve her communication skills and leadership skills. She is continuing her effective coaching path level 4. Her goal is to become an effective communicator and true leader. She is a wife, mother, and a software technologist. She has over 25 years experience as a technical leader, manager, lead, and developer in the software industry. Padma has served as a club president, vice president of public relations, and secretary. Welcome, Zenia and Padma. I am Elizabeth Ruiz, your co-host, and your host, and I am here to make sure everyone's audio and video is working correctly, and I will be monitoring the chat. I'm now turning this over to Zenia and Padma. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our second web hosting with Free Toast Host Level 1. We have some guidelines also. If you have any technical difficulties, if you will please indicate those in the chat, and Elizabeth will be happy to help you. Next, in order for us to get through the entire presentation, we're asking that you will reserve your questions for the Q&A section, or that you may write it in the chat and we will make sure we answer all of your questions. Finally, we encourage you to log into your club's website so that you can follow along, and you can also enjoy the hands-on practice we will offer towards the end of the session. So what is Free Toast Host? Free Toast Host is a website that was established in 2004, specifically for Toastmasters clubs and districts. Since that time, over 11,000 Toastmasters clubs have been attracting new members, have streamlined their meetings, and have kept members and guests informed and engaged. Free Toast Host version 3 was introduced in August 2018 to ensure compliance with the European Union GDPR regulation, which is a law to ensure data protection and privacy for EU citizens on the internet. Why should clubs embrace this platform? For one thing, it's free, and it is an online tool that can help clubs promote the club and member achievements, manage their meeting agenda, manage their membership records, and much more. Finally, it is also one of the website platforms suggested by Toastmasters International. Our objectives today are to help you navigate the club website homepage, explore information in the main menu, navigate the member-only menu, and give you a hands-on practice with 2 features on your club website. So this is what a club website homepage usually looks like. So there may be some differences, but the basic format is the same. Some clubs may have a floater message, and it does exactly that. It floats across the screen until you have closed it. Then there's a banner with 2 headings, the Toastmasters International name and your club's name. Next, we have the main menu, which is also a public menu for members as well as any potential guests. And we will look at these in detail. The next section is the login area. It is for the member login as well as login for your site administrator. Also on the left is your member-only menu links. If you scroll down to the bottom of your website, you'll see the FreeToast version 3 support area. You'll also see the social media links that your club may have listed, and this is also public. It's available to the public. Then there's a Toastmasters podcast. And at the bottom, there is information that FreeToast Host usually shares about Toastmasters International. Recently, they shared the Toastmasters magazine had gone online, and now they're advertising the convention coming up at the end of this month. To the right side of your homepage, you would find your club promotional information. It may have photos, videos, or custom message that your webmaster has designed for your club. And then you scroll down even further on your homepage and you will see the Toastmasters International panes. And this is also available to the public for them to learn more about the Toastmasters experience. The second item on the main menu is the meeting information and directions. It is here that clubs will indicate where they're meeting. If it's in person, they may have a map indicating how to get to their venue, or they may even tell you, in this case, that they're no longer meeting in person until the pandemic ceases. The next item is the contact us. This is how the public can reach out to your club to get more information about Toastmasters or about your club. It generates a page like this one. It lists the 3 members, 1 to 3 members, who have agreed to answer any replies that come from this Contact Us link. The next item on your homepage is the Meet Our Members section. This advertises your club members who have chosen to make their information public. It is usually organized with the officers listed first and then your members listed thereafter in alphabetical order. Your club calendar. The club calendar is actually color-coded. The teal color is for club meetings. When your club sets up an agenda for a given date, it will automatically show up on the calendar on the specific date. The next color is yellow, a background with yellow. And these are events that have been added by the member who is logged in. The burgundy color is information that has been added by the webmaster in your club. And finally, any information with a gray background is information that a club member has added to the calendar, not you, because whatever you've added will have a yellow background. But if another member has added something to the calendar, it will have a gray background. The next item in the main menu is public downloads. This section is listing PDF documents that the public can have access to. Your club may also add some additional items they want available to the public. For example, the application to become a member of Toastmasters. That may be something that could be added to this public download. This is an example of what a public download would look like. This is a brochure all about Toastmasters. This is a pamphlet, features and benefits and value of becoming a Toastmasters member. And they can also download the Find Your Voice brochure in the public downloads. These are just some of the examples available in public downloads. Next, we have free resources. What are these free resources? These are actually resources available to anyone in the world on the Toastmasters International website. That link will take that person or the public to Toastmasters International to access some of these free resources. Next, we have the Toastmasters video. And this is a very short video, YouTube video, explaining the meeting format in a Toastmasters meeting. So all of these items are available to the public and to members if they want to get more information about Toastmasters. And finally, you can also go directly, you can link directly to Toastmasters International by selecting the toastmasters.org link. So these are basically all of the items listed in the main menu. So this is how you would get to Toastmasters website. Also available to the public is the social media links. If your club has an account with Facebook, LinkedIn, or if they have uploaded a YouTube video, that information will be available in the social media links section on the left side of your homepage. Next is the Toastmasters podcast. And the Toastmasters podcast is like a radio talk show featuring interviews. However, in this case, they interview any author in one of the Toastmasters magazine. This is also a public link. Finally, Free Toast hosts will share events about Toastmasters International. Like I said, recently they mentioned about the Toastmasters magazine going online, and now they're advertising the convention coming up beginning August 24th. And it is free. This is once in a lifetime. Hopefully, we're not going to be doing this forever. Free would be nice. It gives me pleasure to now introduce you to my co-presenter, Padma Liyanage. And I'm going to stop sharing.
Is she muted?
I can't tell. Padma?
Padma, are you
Yeah,
okay?
you're muted.
Oh,
Padma, are you okay?
He's trying to.
Padma?
Sorry about that.
Okay, there you are.
Yeah, sorry about that. Good afternoon, everyone. With C, you have now gone through the publicly available items for anyone who logged into your club website. As I believe you all are members, now is you want to know what other items that you can go through with being a member. I'm going to click on this one. 1 second.
You're not on presentation mode. There you go. There.
So with that, we'll go into the member logging for the first. Whenever you log into the website, first thing that you have to do is to log in as a member. There is another item, login in as site admin. And then since you are members, you will be logging in as a member, and you will be able to access all the links that are under member only links, which includes meeting agendas, the quick roll sign up, mentor project request form, club email addresses, edit your profile, private member directory, etc. Now let's see for number one thing, like once you become a member, what you wanted to do is how I can participate in a meeting and what are the things that I can see in an agenda, right? So when you go into agenda, click on the agenda link, it will bring you up an agenda screen. And the main thing now, you wanted to find out which agenda date that I'm going to look for. If you are looking at this view agenda box dialog drop down, you can select any agenda that you want, and then mostly it lists out 10 or so. But if you really want to see everything else, you can check on this checklist checkbox as well, list all agendas, and it will list all the agendas available. And with that, you can pick and choose the agenda that you're planning to do something. So once you open up the agenda, there are things that you can do, and you also can see all the roles that are being included in this meeting. And let's see if you wanted to sign up a role or sign up as a speaker. Let's see if you wanted to sign up as a speaker, what you really want to do. In this one, you see the number one, speaker one, Zenia has already been signed up for this role. There are things that you need to fill up if you're going to do a speech for that meeting. It's a little different than playing in a role because you're going to do a prepared speech for that meeting. And then sign in as a speaker number one. And then you need to provide what is the project and the path that you're going to do. When you click on the link with path, you even can print it out, the path that you're, type it out in the path that you're following. Like in here, it's engaging, which is the engaging with humor. And you can sign up for icebreaker or anything else. And then next, the project description. Once you pick up your speech project, and now you need to give the description. In there, first thing you want to give a speech title and also a speech description. And if you really want to give a speech introduction in detail, basically this is the one that your Toastmaster will use it to introduce yourself to your meeting crowd, and maybe a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your speech. But there is a Toastmasters International website giving some help on that when you click on this particular link, and you can download the information about this creating an introduction manual, which is given by the Toastmasters International site. The project description. It's the same way. When you click on the project description within a little question mark here, and it will go into the Toastmasters International site, and it will give the information related to the your project. This is especially the icebreaker. You see that it's been picked up as an icebreaker, and it will give it is a 4 to 6 minute speech and the details, purpose, and overview. Those are the things for any given speech you will get on this page by clicking on this. What next? When you're going to do a speech, you need to have a evaluator to evaluate your speech to see how well you did it. And to do that, you need to find someone, and most clubs, if someone sign up for the speech, another one will sign up for the evaluation to help you out, as well as this is another thing that that particular member can improve in their self. For this one also, in the international Toastmasters International site has in a form. This is specific to the project that you picked up, and either you can print it out and hand it over, and these are the personal meetings that if it is a virtual meeting, either you can email it or you can guide the evaluator to pick it up. These are the information that you can get it from the Toastmasters International site. Then when you have now picked up your part, you have given the project details, titles, and also speech introduction, make sure you save it. And that will bring up a dialog box saying that your speech information has been saved to confirm. In this next, in agendas, you have different agenda icons. See here, probably you already noticed it, maybe you well know about it, but let's look at what some of they are and how you can use them. And I just wanted to bring this page up because if you're an officer, maybe you're an officer, you may see some extra icons. As you see that first 4 icons are members or any officer. And there are another 3 icons that you can see, which is the delete, edit, and new agenda buttons just for the officers or the web admin or the administrator. The members have the luxury of emailing, printing, getting roles, or getting set of meeting agenda details for the sign-up. Let's see what you can do with this email icon. When you picked up the agenda, the specific agenda, you will see this one has been picked up, the agenda for the July 7th, 2020. And you print up this email button and it will bring up a dialog box, which means you can send in a meeting agenda via an email. To whom? Send this email to, actually when you click on this arrow, it will list out the list of people you can send this agenda as an email. All club members or all club members and a VP of education. However you want, you can pick and choose. At the same time, you can bring the reply. Once you send this email, if anyone wants to reply, you can include who you will get the reply. The sender, maybe yourself, or anyone, any of the officers or Toastmaster also can be included. This is a checkbox. You can pick and choose everything or a subset of it. Next, in the email, from agenda, you can pick and choose items that you need to include. Maybe meeting description, role times and role descriptions, or meeting notes. Anything that you want, include the member photos if the photos has been included. You can check those items that included, and it will be in your email. And then in the custom message part, you can add whatever the message you want it to be included. That's what this agenda, along with an email button that you can do, and you can send an email to all the club members or any officer using this. Second button that we see is print. If you want to print the meeting agenda, you can do that. And it also has features that you can print in a different format. You can select the layout. The pre-Toastmasters has given different layouts: standard, TM layout with black and white. Likewise, there are 5 layouts. You can pick and choose whatever it is. We'll show some examples in next slides. Next, same way that you send out in the email, you pick and choose what are the items you wanted to be in from the agenda. Here, the same thing. You can include the things that you wanted from agenda to be printed. These are some samples. If you pick and choose the FTH standard, this will be the printout that you will get. It will have the description, items, and however you picked out, it will be showing up here. The next item, next sample is that the TM layout. Little bit different. You see that from the left side, it lists all your officers and their names, along with the things that you selected from, whatever you selected from your agenda. And this is the hybrid version. It includes both the standard and TM. These are the samples. You can try out whatever the printout you want. Once you see that, you can print it. Next item is meeting report. This is very interesting. We saw this one for users as well as the officers. If you are a user, it'll automatically show up your name here, so whatever the logged in name. And if you're an officer, then you will have the list with this down arrow, and you can pick and choose any member or yourself. Next is the date. You wanted to pick and choose what kind of dates that I needed. Current TM year or all the dates. And afterwards, you wanted to know what kind of report you're looking for. Maybe member role report means if you are a Toastmaster, presiding officer, table topic speaker, some role that you have been played around, that will come with this printout. And otherwise, say if you wanted to find out the times and the dates that you spoke for a specific part, and then you know that it happens in this year, then you can pick and choose current TM year and then select the speech report, and you should be able to get the report. What you have to do is click on the run download. This is a sample of historical report. One thing that I really want to note, these things are coming from your historical information, all the meetings that have been passed. And this is another one, meeting attendance report. If you want to find out which meetings that I have been attended throughout the year or throughout the time that I've been a member, you should be able to get that report. This is a sample of it. Now, in the meeting sign up button is this one. Probably this is not useful for this virtual time frame. Even then sometimes, yes, you can email it. But otherwise, you can print it out. The several meeting in future you can select, and you also can select the output format, include not attending row as well. And then it will give you a printout in a spreadsheet, and with all the roles being in one side and the meeting dates. You can hand this one over to all the members for them to sign up, and someone else can come and put it into the web later. Some clubs doing that way. Now, the other items. We already looked at going into an agenda, how you can sign up for a role or a speech, and also getting reports and everything. There's another handy feature called Quick Role Sign Up. In that feature, what you have to do simply click on that Quick Role Sign Up, and it will bring up a dialog box similar to what you have seen now here in this my left side. So you can pick and choose the date of the meeting. Then you can tell that you're attending or not. So to set the attendance, you can do that. Or you can also sign up for a role at the same time. Say you picked up the role to sign up as a timer, and then now you have to click on this button called Take Role, and it will register in the agenda that you have picked up here. All right. So it has, even though it is a small dialog box, it has so many things that you can do. You already knew you can mark your attendings, you can sign up for a role, and also you can add a meeting note. For example, you're actually not able to attend for this meeting, and simply click on this, write whatever you wanted to show up on the agenda, and then say okay. So those are the quick role sign up. And actually, as I said, that so many things, there's another nitty-gritty feature here on the top that you can add it as a bookmark to your browser. So that will help you to quickly click on that bookmark and then sign up for a role. All right, so now as a member, you wanted to participate into meetings, agendas, or quick sign up for roles. I know there are other items in Mentor Protege club email addresses, but I am going into a next interesting item, which is the edit your profile. Even in this, see this agenda that C's picture is showing, smiling picture. If you wanted to do show up this, what can you do? How can you get there? Edit your profile. When you edit your profile, it will bring you up in a dialog box. In there, first thing is the basic information. You can read, and it guides through really well as well. And it's basically you wanted to enter your name and a designation. You wanted to have your email address being added. So carefully read these check boxes. In this particular one has been checked means, so you're saying that you're okay to show your bio in your public Meet Our Members page. And the other checkbox you hear is that send all communication from this side to both email addresses, which means if you had a primary email address and secondary email address, this is where you can say that send that email to both of them, or simply leave it, then it will send only to the primary email address. And next is email settings. So basically to say that if you are an officer, do not create a club officer email address for me. So you can simply check it out. And also you can mark here and select here what kind of email notifications you want to receive, any agenda emails or role changes notifications. Likewise, there is a list that you can pick and choose what you wanted to receive out of those emails that club will be sending out. Next, to show off you, if you have a Facebook URL, you can include it. These are all social media links. and or Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn. If you have a professional profile somewhere, you can include that as well. Finally, your member bio. About yourself, give a brief bio, why you wanted to be a Toastmaster or anything else that you wanted your members in the club to know, or anyone else outside the club as a Toastmaster, what you want others to know about you. This is what it is. Next is that smiley part, your picture. Upload a nice picture so that everyone knows who is, this name is referring to this person. And once you load it, and actually it will adjust it to your size as given here. And also say, for example, your picture actually came out to be not in the vertical or horizontal. You wanted to rotate either way using these buttons. If you want to rotate to left or rotate to right, or I want to delete that picture, you can delete it here. These are the buttons that you can use it there. So very handy. Make sure you save at the end. With that, actually, we have we are going to go on for the demo sessions of quick roll sign up and creating a report for yourself. But before that, I want to hand this over to Z for a few more items under member only session, and then we can go into this demo. I'm handing this over to C for 2 more items to go over.
We will now go over the mentor protege request form. You may decide that you want to be a mentor or that you want to be a mentee or protege. And this is where you would select that information. And basically, it is important that you check all that apply. Yes, I would like to be a mentor to a new member, or I would like to mentor a more experienced member. We can always use a mentor. I'm a new member who would like to have an assigned mentor. All of these that apply, you should go ahead and select. And then go ahead and check, how do you want to communicate with your mentor or your mentee? And of course, there's a section for comments. You may want to be more specific about what it is you're looking for in a mentor. And of course, submit. And usually this information goes to the Vice President of Education if that's how your club has set it up. Next is the club email addresses. Did you know that you can send an email to all members directly from your club? Your club has specific email addresses that you can use. For example, with this one is going to go to all members. This one that says officers is going to go to all officers. Here you can send it directly to an individual officer, the president, the vice president of education. You can even send it to all mentors. So this makes it easy for you to send an email without it being attached to an agenda. Next, we have the private member downloads, and not all clubs are going to have the same private member downloads. I'm sorry, I said private member downloads. Member only, private member directory. Is it Tuesday? Yes, it's Tuesday. Anyway, this is your private member directory. And if you'll notice, there's a little padlock here. That means that her information is public. And these are the members that would show up in the Meet Our Members. Remember in the top main menu, these members will show up in that section. But you may have members who do not want their information made public. In this case, you'll see this closed padlock. In that case, we should all respect not to send information about these members to anyone without their permission. And now we're at the member downloads. In this case, your club may have set up some downloads that are specific to your club. In this case, you see a folder. This means there's more general information. This button will expand and give you more information. Same thing with the meeting minutes. It will have minutes for previous meetings. And then of course you can have other PDF files available to your members. All of these are items available to member only. So you've had quite an extensive review of the main menu, the home page, the member only menu. Now we get to practice for you to see how it is that you can access two features. And I'm going to demonstrate for you how you can use the quick roll sign up. And I'm also going to create a member report. So let's see if I know how to get to this without disrupting. Okay. And I'm going to go to my Pearland Toastmasters Club. Oh. I hope you can see my screen.
Yes.
And this is my login. Thank you very much. And this is my login for Pearland Toastmasters. The first thing I'm going to demonstrate for you is how I'm going to do a quick roll sign up. And if you remember, Padma gave you instructions on how to do that. In this case, I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to select a meeting for October 21st. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show that I am attending. Then I'm going to select a role. And I'm going to go ahead and say, oh, I'm already in there for September as a speaker. So guess what? That means I don't need to do that. I can go ahead and select a different date. So this is actually telling you what things you have already scheduled. So let's go with October 7th. And I'm going to show that I'm attending, and I'm going to select a row. Am I in there again? Well, that's very interesting. I'm way ahead of myself. So.
Going for super DTM?
I guess. Let's try this one. You know, I practiced with this, so I probably didn't take it out, is what happened. So I'm attending. See, it already says, I'm going to change it. I'm going to say, I'm not attending.
There we go.
There we go. And I'm going to set the attendance. And I can also use my meeting notes and say, unable to attend this meeting. Some people say why. maybe an anniversary. No, not me. I just say unable to attend. Now, unfortunately, with this system, it doesn't tell you when you have actually said you're not going to attend a meeting. There's no success or you've completed it. But what I can do is go to that meeting agenda, and I can go to, what date did I select? September 16th, I believe it was.
And there it says no.
And it says unable to attend this meeting.
But it also said no at the top, Zenia.
Good. Yeah, correct. So it's tied. Okay. The next thing I want to demonstrate for you is creating a report. Now, because I am an officer in this club, you'll notice that I can see a report for all members. But I'm going to select myself. I'm going to look at a report for me. And I'm going to select member role. And I'm going to look at this current Toastmaster year, which began July 1st. I'm going to run the download. And I can print, or if I cancel, it will now show the different roles that I have done since July 1st. Timer, Toastmaster, Joke Master, Table Topics. Okay. Now let's look at a different type of report. I'm going to actually select a member speech report. But before I do that, I want to show you that you can select a different type of format. You can select this HTML format, or you can select an Excel spreadsheet. I find it easier to select the HTML format. So I'm going to go ahead and select a member speech report for myself. And I'm going to say for this Toastmaster year as well. And I'm going to run the download. And I'm going to cancel because I don't want to print it. And it shows that I have done one speech on August 5th. It was 7 minutes. The title, which path, what was the project, and my introduction. So you can use this as a log to help you track what you're doing with pathways. FTH and Toastmasters are not linked. If you complete a path in Pathways, it will not show up in this report. If you do a speech in the FTH platform, it will not show up in Pathways. But this can serve as a record, as a log that you can refer to that help you track what projects you have completed in your Pathways. I believe that those are the two demonstrations we wanted to share with you today. And now we have the opportunity to get you to ask us questions if you have any.
So I have a question about your mentor-mentee thing.
Yes.
Because we've seen the thing before, but we don't see how the process gets completed. That is, how do mentors and mentees get linked up?
The Vice President of Education should actually send an email to both the mentee and the mentor.
Is that
when
done
that
through
assignment-
FTH though, Zenia?
Yes, it is.
Then how can, I mean, that's what needs to be shown here in addition to what the individuals of the club might do, because
Yeah.
we need to have the whole process.
Unfortunately, because there's so much information, we address that portion of the mentor-mentee in level 2.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a comment on that.
Yes, sir.
The Vice President of Education, in his or her links in Free Toast Host, when the Vice President of Education is signed in, there's a link for assigned mentors.
Mm-hmm.
And if the Vice President of Education clicks on that, they can match up a mentor with a mentee.
That's correct. And we addressed that in FTH2. And I'm glad you mentioned it because that's helpful for anyone who may be an officer and wants to see how that happens. You can always be adventurous and log in as an admin to do that. So thank you very much. Any other questions?
I'll save it for FTH too. Because I realize that this is just kind of the introductory thing. So
it is. Well, maybe we can ask you some questions. See how much you remember. So if you wanted guidance on pathways, where on the website would you select a mentor?
Under the members menu,
right?
It says assign mentor protege request form.
Right. Okay. Another question could be, how can you update your preferences of getting emails? Where would you do that?
Edit profile.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's in your profile.
Yeah. You know, there's another thing you can do in your profile that just occurred to me and we need to add to our demonstration. You can set a vacation date when you do not want to get any emails from your club. And it's in your edit your profile as well. You set in the date, your begin and end date, and it will block those dates from anyone sending you emails. Okay, what's another question? Padma, did you have a question?
Sure. Yes. And my first question, one thing is to ask, and then the other thing is that they can think about it in their websites to add it in, ask officers, if not an officer. How can you find the meeting venue or Zoom link for your meeting? What are the places that you can have it, or you already have it and seen it?
Did you actually cover that? I don't remember you doing that, going through that, Padma, but I know the answer.
I know that.
We have multiple venues and that sort of thing. That's a more advanced thing for the people who are setting up them. But each one of when you set up a new agenda and that sort of thing, there's a tab for the basics where you assign the venue that you want. And when you get to that thing where you assign a menu, if you don't have any, you have to create them. So you start off with a plus mark and add new venues, put in the address, include the URL for Zoom or whatever you're using for virtual meetings, all that sort of stuff. Very useful. We have a half a dozen venues because we keep on banging around to different places besides just all virtual meetings.
Yeah,
that's correct. So purpose of the my sample screen, I didn't have it because that's how the out of the box things comes out. It can be actually part of FTH2. We address that, how you can add in a venue to your meeting agenda or in general across the meeting agendas, specific to your meeting agenda or including pictures. This is like giving a little bit of a taste that, yeah, you can attend FTH2, but by the way, no. So actually,
if this particular course is kind of pitched at the general population of your club,
FTH1.
Then I would say that one of the things that you might want to include, which you have not, is what I consider, the Toastmaster is responsible for the agenda and adjustments if they need to be made. So you should be instructing people, I think, to look at and edit the agenda for the, the week that a person is the Toastmaster. And that gets you into a discussion for the more advanced side, which is there are access controls that you need to put in place so that the right people have access to do that. Like you can set it so that the person who is the Toastmaster has the right to edit just that agenda that he's the Toastmaster for.
And Matt,
that's a good suggestion.
You have a good point. However, not all clubs operate the same way.
Sure.
In some clubs, just the general evaluator has access to the meeting agenda and even editing it.
Yes.
And so we're trying to cover some of the basic that is consistent across all clubs and not try to customize it as much, because then it gets confusing for clubs who do not conduct their clubs the same way as others do. But your point is well taken, and we appreciate it.
Yes, well taken. Well taken. And thank you again. So if you have those links in your website, most people put it into their homepage on the very first page, or they're putting into both places, including the agenda. But I have seen many people just put the link, but it's not as in a link. Those are the things you can check with your club officers. If you're a club officer, those are the things you can go look at it. This is why I wanted to bring that point, because it is not out of the box thing, and you wanted to go and add those just for the easiness for your club members or yourself and other members that looking for those. That way, simply click on the URL and automatically you go into the Zoom. But most clubs, it's just put the link. It's not as in a link. You just have to cut and paste, put it into a browser. Little work, but you want to make people's life easier. That's what the point that I wanted to bring it out and then ask that question first. Okay. Hope that helped, and I thanks for all your suggestions. And if there's anything to discuss on that regards, I have another question along with it. Going once, going twice. Looks like yes, I can move on. You can update your preference of getting emails. She already asked that question. And have you anyone is gone in to make those changes and write it out? Because one thing that you want to do is sometimes people shows that meeting role changes, agenda changes, all these things. No one get any email. Some members doesn't do that. So they are sometimes very standard, automatic, by default. But one thing that you wanted to check it out, I just wanted to see if anyone has that experience, just go in and especially change it or seen it that place.
I've done it. So anytime I make a change to the agenda, I get an email saying that a meeting role was changed or someone accepted a role. So I've done it. And I set it for my VPE to get it also, but she went in and took it off so that she wouldn't get all of it. So.
Oh, wonderful. See, Lisa, yeah.
She figured it out. That's good.
So many emails.
Yes. Yes.
You taught her something else, Demetria.
Yes.
Which is great, see? I mean, it's that's a good thing in Pre-Toast Host. Most of those are available. And also they have little links all the time for each and every little section more or some more details. You can click and read it and get there as well, and great job. Those are the few questions, but you already went through a very good demo for getting roles. Mm-hmm. And have you ever tried it with getting any of those roles for anything special? This is just a simple question. I know that it's available, but people won't go look at it. But is this useful to you, that member role details? Did anyone use it?
Apparently not. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, actually, even I used it very recently. I wanted to be sure, and I remember because it was for a while ago, I didn't speak for a while. And then I wanted to be sure enough, did I give that a speech or not? So I went through and got my history. And obviously I had the details and speech introduction, everything that what Z shows me, see that demoed here. And it's really useful when you are signing up for a path and then you forgot to finish it up your evaluation in the pathways. This is guidance. Sometimes your officers may even not remember, right? And because your VP has to sign on, you just can simply say that, yeah, I spoke about this speech on that day, on that meeting, and this is my report, and I already submitted it. Probably you will get it and approve it for me.
So I have a question about that.
Okay.
How long are the records retained?
I can
looked, yeah, go
I
ahead.
can go back to 2014 when I first joined.
Is there some setting in FTH as to how long it gets retained?
Not
Or
that
is
I'm
it just-
aware of.
It doesn't show anywhere that it truncates after 10 years, behind the 10 years stuff. It doesn't say that. That's
Okay.
why actually it has in the report section, it has the TM year, all, and also like specific date onwards.
Right.
I think they do not take it away.
Mhm.
So
As
like a
far as-
VP Ed or someone could run a report on a person when they're getting to one of their points where they are petitioning to go up a level and
Yes,
see
yeah.
all the things that at least is recorded in FTH, as long as those things got recorded.
Yes.
The projects and all that sort of stuff, the details.
The information is as good as what you enter into it.
Natural.
Garbage in, garbage out. If you don't have any
Naturally.
information, you're not going to have it. But some people don't understand the value of indicating that information.
I did not know you could run reports like that, so that was useful. I immediately sent one of my one of the members a note. Ooh, I'm getting a phone call. Sorry. That's why I was off earlier. Anyways, so that was useful to me.
Good.
Yeah.
And if you're an officer, you can pretty much see all members. So that's good. Okay, do you have any other questions? Well, in that case, I am glad that we're going to end early because we have run out of time before. And like all Toastmasters, we want to begin on time and end on time. And we wanted to make sure everyone had an opportunity to go to their website, practice, and maybe come up with questions they had. And one of the things that we're going to make available to you is a fictitious website if you want to. And you would access it by going to Toastmasters Club 997610. But in order for me to do that, I'll need you to send me an email to zshipp@tmd56.org, and I can put you into that fictitious website. And that website functions just like any other club website. So if you're interested, you may use that website. You'll have access until August 25th. Okay? And you go through the process just like a new member. I'll have to send you the disclaimer. I'll put you in as a guest. You'll have to opt in. Then we'll send you another email saying you're a new member, and then you have to opt in. So you're going to really experience what a new member will experience when they log in to your website for the first time. Your opinion means a lot to us. We have improved our first session based on feedback we received the first time we did this Toastmasters, this free Toast host presentation. So you may access it by the QR code, or we're going to go ahead and put it in the chat. And I know that Elizabeth also has a very short survey as well. We are so grateful that you joined us today. We hope this was of value to you. Join us for Free Toast Host Level 2 on the 29th, I believe it is. And that session is 2 hours. And Elizabeth, you have an opportunity to, I'm going to stop sharing.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Zenia and Padma. Thank you for everything. Thank you for all of your knowledge and sharing your knowledge and being here for us when we have questions and sharing everything that you can share. I'm going to share a quick screen here. We have a public electives resource folder, and I have the link to the Google Drive in our chat. I also have it here on the slide. We also have a Survey Monkey, and we ask just to spend a couple of minutes. You can scan it with the QR code on your cell phone. We also have the link to this in the chat, and you can also take a picture of it and do the survey straight from there. And that is it. Do we have any final questions for Zenia or Padma before we say goodnight? Any more? I'm excited about the demo. This is fantastic. Thank you for having that for us.
You're welcome.
This is wonderful. Okay, thank you very much. We will see you at our next online leadership electives course, and good night.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming, and enjoy the
Thank
rest
you
of
for-
your evening.
Yes.
Thank you guys for hosting.
And have
Thank
a good,
you. You're
have a
welcome.
very good evening.
Bye, Matthew. Bye, Allison. Bye, Demetria.
Bye.
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 Bye-bye.